The journey to fulfillment. Once upon a time, in a small, peaceful village, there lived an old woman whose modest house was surrounded by the most beautiful garden anyone had ever seen. The garden was a marvel. Every flower was vibrant, every plant thrived, and the air always carried the sweetest fragrance. Villagers often came to admire it, wondering how the old woman had created such a peaceful garden. One day, a young man, troubled by the weight of his restless heart, came to visit the old lady. He felt lost, as though no matter how hard he worked, fulfillment always remained out of reach. Frustrated, he told the old woman how stuck he felt, endlessly chasing goals, but never finding peace. He had heard of the old woman's wisdom and hoped she could help him find the answers he sought. The old lady welcomed him warmly and invited him to sit in her garden. She listened quietly as the young man poured out his frustrations. When he finished, the old woman smiled and reached into her pocket, pulling out 3 small seeds. She placed them in the young man's hands and said, "These seeds are like your life. They may not seem like much now, but if you nurture them, they can grow into something remarkable." The young man stared at the seeds, confused. "How can planting these seeds change anything?" he asked. The old woman chuckled softly. "Let me tell you a story," she said. "Years ago, I was much like you, constantly in a hurry, chasing achievements, hoping the next big thing would bring me happiness. But no matter how hard I worked or how much I achieved, I still felt empty inside. One day, I met an old gardener who gave me 3 seeds, just like the ones I've given you. He told me that life is like a garden. You plant, nurture, and watch it grow. At first, I didn't believe him," she continued, "but I planted the seeds anyway. As I tended them, I learned something important. I discovered that life can't be rushed, just like a plant's growth takes time. I learned balance because the plants needed both light and water to thrive. Most importantly, I learned to live in the moment. Each day I spent in the garden became a lesson in presence." The young man listened closely, beginning to understand. "So what should I do with these seeds?" he asked. "Plant them," the old woman said gently, "but don't be in a hurry. Give them time, care, and love. And as they grow, so will you. The peace you seek is already within you. It's not something to chase, but something to cultivate." The young man returned home and planted the seeds. Day by day, he watered them and watched them grow. As the plants flourished, so did he. He stopped rushing through life and learned to appreciate the small moments, realizing that life, like a garden, thrives on patience and care. In time, his garden bloomed beautifully, just like the old woman's, but more importantly, he found peace within himself. Life is much like a garden. It requires time, care, and patience. The journey to fulfillment isn't about rushing toward a destination, but learning to grow along the way. Every step matters, and the moments we nurture are what truly shape us. The peace we seek is already within us. All we need is to slow down and let it bloom. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Practice patience.